Hey, Brainiacs! Whoa! Look at all the cars these huge haul trucks can carry. I wish there was a way we could quickly count all these cars. Wait a minute! All these trucks have the same number of cars, so we can use skip counting. Skip counting is useful when you want to count groups of things quickly, like these cars. Let's use our monster trucks and dump trucks to learn how to skip count by 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10.
Welcome back to Brain Candy TV.
Whoa! This ultra-class haul truck is going to crush this group of cars. The haul truck weighs 360 tons. That's as heavy as 66 monster trucks. Let's see how many cars this haul truck can crush. There are 2 rows of cars, so we can skip count them by 2. Why don't you count them with me? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Each time we count, we're skipping one number. Let's go over it again, but a bit quicker this time. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Do you think the haul truck will be able to crush 20 cars? Let's find out. Here we go. Here comes the big haul truck. 2, 4. Whoa! Look how easily it crushes these cars. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Amazing! The haul truck totally crushed 20 cars. They're so flat, they look like little metal pancakes. Here's our trusty monster truck, Brain Cruncher. Do you think it will be able to jump all of these buses? Let's see how many buses we have. They are in groups of 3, so let's skip count them by 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Let's do it again, but quicker this time. Try to say them with me. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Okay, Brain Cruncher, can you jump all 30 buses in one try? Let's go! 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30! Great jumping! Now we know how to skip count by threes. Not only that, but skip counting also helps us memorize our multiplication table, like when we learned about multiplication with dump trucks. Oh no! A nearby river has created a flood in this part of town. We need some big dump trucks to help us slow the flow of the river. All right! All of our dump trucks have arrived with a large load of rocks to slow down the river and stop the flooding. Each truck is carrying 4 large rocks. We'll need around 40 more rocks to slow down the river. Let's count the rocks to see if we have enough. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Say them with me this time. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. All right, let's dump those rocks along the river. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Thanks, truck drivers. Now it's time for our bulldozers to take over. Great! Now our bulldozers can push the rocks into the river to stop the flooding and save the town. And now we can skip count by 4. Let's check back in with Brain Cruncher to see what it's up to. Cool! Now there are groups of 5 buses for our monster truck to jump over. How many buses do you think we have in total? Let's skip count them. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. All right, let's say them together. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Notice how when we count by 5, it always ends in a 5 or a 0. Okay, let's give it a shot. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Great job, Brain Cruncher. Nice jumping. Whoa, look at all of these haul trucks. Each truck is carrying 10 huge rocks. Let's skip count the rocks by 10 and see how many we have in total. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Let's go through them faster this time. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Notice how it's just like counting by ones, but we add a 0 at the end. All right, haul trucks, let's dump those big rocks. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. All right, now we know how to skip count by 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10. That means we also know over half of our multiplication table. What's 3 times 7? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. 3 times 7 is 21. What's 4 times 5? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 4 times 5 is 20. Our multiplication table is just like our skip counting numbers. Great job, Brainiacs!
Stay tuned. We'll be back after these messages.
Hey, Brainiacs! Do you know what a pattern is? A pattern is something that repeats in a predictable way. That means something happens over and over, so we can guess what might come next. Let's look at this line of cars on the train. Do you see any kind of repeating pattern? The train is carrying cars of different colors, but no car is the same color as another, so there are no patterns here. Let's check out our other train. Hey, Lizzie! Are you ready to help us learn about patterns? Lizzie loves finding patterns, and she's driving the pattern train. Let's take a look at the cars on Lizzie's train. Aha! Do you see the repeating pattern? This time there is a blue car, then a white car, then a blue car and a white car again. It's a pattern that repeats over and over again. The pattern is blue, white, blue, white, blue, white. Awesome! Now we know what a simple pattern looks like. Let's catch up with our pattern train when it's ready to make its delivery. All right. Lizzie's pattern train has delivered all of its cars, but now they're all mixed up. Let's see if we can copy this pattern to match the other cars we already have. Our pattern is blue, white, blue, white, blue, white, blue, white. Which car should we start with if we want to copy our pattern? That's right, it's the blue car. Which car do we need next? We already have a blue car, so next we'll need a white one. There we go. Now we have blue and white. Now we can repeat that pattern. Blue, white, blue, white. Whoops, that doesn't look right. I think those last two cars don't match the pattern. We need to switch them. There we go! Great job! We copied the pattern perfectly. Let's learn about some different patterns. This time we have some cars and trucks. Can you see the pattern in this group? That's right! The repeating pattern is 2 cars, then 2 trucks. Car, car, truck, truck. Car, car, truck, truck. Let's try to copy this pattern from the vehicles in the parking lot. What do we need to start the pattern? Right! First we'll need 2 cars. Car, car. Perfect! Then comes 2 trucks. What comes next? We'll start the pattern over again with 2 more cars. Then 2 more trucks. Whoops, that's not very straight. Let's try that again. Now we've got it. Car, car, truck, truck. Car, car, truck, truck. Do you think our monster truck will be able to climb over all these vehicles? Let's find out. Nice! We really crushed that pattern. Let's watch that again in slow motion. Ooh! The heavy monster truck really smushed those first 2 cars. And look how high its powerful engine can launch it into the air. And it dented that second row of trucks on the landing. Whoa! Monster trucks are so tough and cool. Okay, let's see what other kinds of patterns we can find. These demolition derby vehicles are lined up using 2 new patterns. This side has cars and trucks, and this side has cars and vans. But each side needs 1 more vehicle. Can you figure out which vehicle we need to continue the pattern on each side? This side has car, car, van. Car, car, van. Car. Which vehicle should come next in this pattern? The repeating pattern is car, car, van. It's easier if you say it out loud quickly. Car, car, van. Car, car, van. Car, car. That's right! We needed to add another car to continue the pattern. What about this side? Can you figure out which vehicle is missing in this pattern? The pattern goes car, truck, truck, car, truck, truck, car, car? I don't think that's right. This pattern doesn't have two cars together. Car, truck, truck, car, truck, truck, car. Ah, it must be a truck. There, that looks right. We needed another truck to extend the pattern. Great job! All right, we have all our vehicles ready for the demolition derby. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Our truck makes a quick escape from the crowd. But look out for that pink car. Oof, he got a good shot in on us. Let's get out of here. Yeah, we got those guys. Whoa, that pink car just grazed us. Let's try to catch that pink car over there. Oh, we got a good hit in there. Luckily, he was protected by the strong roll bar in the back. Let's join that bunch over there. Ooh, solid hit. We crunched his trunk up nicely. Oh, we missed that guy. Now he's coming after us. Ooh, they nailed us with a big hit from the side. Uh-oh, we're stuck. And here comes a gang of pink cars. Oh man, what a pileup. These cars were all ready for the junkyard, so it's okay if they get smashed up. But don't try this with your toys, or they'll break and end up in the junkyard too. Great work, Brainiacs! Now you know a lot about patterns. The world is full of patterns, and patterns can come in many different forms. There are A-B patterns, like our blue and white cars. AABB patterns, like our yellow cars and black and red trucks. ABB patterns, like the derby cars and trucks. AAB patterns, like the derby cars and vans, and many more. Patterns can be made with shapes, colors, different objects, almost anything you can arrange in a repeatable way. Try to find some patterns around your home and see if you can make different types of patterns with your toys or building blocks. Thanks for learning with us, Brainiacs. You're getting so smart. Hey, Brainiacs! The age of the dinosaurs had some of the biggest, most powerful, and fiercest creatures to have ever roamed the earth. There were awesome hunters like this fearsome T-Rex. Enormous plant-eating dinosaurs like Brachiosaurus. And giant flying reptiles like Quetzalcoatlus northropi. But if these amazing creatures died off long before humans even existed, how do we know so much about dinosaurs? Stay tuned to find out. Scientists who study ancient life like dinosaurs are called paleontologists. And thanks to them, we get to learn all these cool facts about dinosaurs, even though they went extinct millions of years ago. Some of the most important clues we have for learning about dinosaurs come from studying fossils. Lizzie loves to visit the Natural History Museum, where she can look at all of the cool dinosaur fossils. Dinosaur body fossils, like the ones we see in museums, are very rare and hard to find. They're usually buried deep underground, and less than 1 in a million dinosaur skeletons become fossils because a special process must happen to turn these bones into fossils that can last millions of years. If a dinosaur dies near a lake or a river, the body might sink into the mud and be buried quickly. When this happens, the dinosaur's bones are nicely protected from damage and from predators that might want to chew on them. Slowly, the bones get buried deeper and deeper under layers of dirt or sediment that hardens under pressure and turns into rock over time. The rock stays wet from the nearby water, and that water becomes filled with tiny pieces of rock called minerals. As time goes on, the buried bones become soft and spongy. Minerals from the rock water wash into the spongy bones. Over thousands or millions of years, little by little, the minerals in the water make the spongy bones hard as stone. These stone-like bones are called fossils. Millions of years later, if we dig in the right place, or if the deep layers of rock are exposed, we can find these body fossils that are left behind by these amazing ancient creatures. We know that most of the great dinosaurs died off around 66 million years ago. But did you know that the descendants of some dinosaurs are still around today? Before we learn which dinosaurs still exist, let's take a look at these two dinosaurs, Deinonychus and Velociraptor. They're both from a group of dinosaurs called theropods. Deinonychus had a large brain size compared to its body, and it was probably one of the smartest dinosaurs of them all. Its name means terrible claw because of the large, very sharp talons on its hind feet, which it used for catching its prey and possibly for climbing. Deinonychus grew up to 11 feet long and weighed about as much as an adult man. It was covered in feathers and had small feathered wings and a long feathery tail, but it could not fly. Its large tail could be used as a counterbalance, which made Deinonychus very agile when chasing down and leaping on its prey. Velociraptors lived about 33 million years after Deinonychus went extinct, and were much smaller at 6 foot 9 inches, and weighed only as much as a medium-sized dog. When paleontologists found a well-preserved Velociraptor arm fossil, shown here at the top, they discovered little evenly spaced bumps on it called quill knobs, seen here in a close-up. These little bumps are where feathers are attached to the bone. This picture shows a modern turkey vulture bone that also has quill knobs. And this picture shows where the feathers would attach to the quill knobs on the bone. This discovery of quill knobs on a Velociraptor bone confirmed for the first time that Velociraptor was covered in feathers. Both Deinonychus and Velociraptor are now extinct, but both of these dinosaurs were covered in feathers, had hollow bones, walked on 2 legs with 3 toes, and they laid eggs. Can you guess which type of modern animal might be a distant relative of theropod dinosaurs like these? If you guessed birds, you're right! Modern birds are distant relatives of the last surviving theropod dinosaurs. Can you see the similarities between Deinonychus and these large modern birds? Like this cassowary, this shoebill, and this ostrich? The birds that we see today have a lot in common with theropod dinosaurs. In fact, birds are still considered dinosaurs. You might think that pterosaurs would be the ancestors of modern birds because they could fly, but that's not the case. Pterosaurs weren't actually dinosaurs, they were flying reptiles. The largest known pterosaur was Quetzalcoatlus. That's Quetzalcoatlus. It was one of the largest flying creatures in the history of the world, with a wingspan of around 36 feet. That's the same size as a small airplane. In fact, it's the exact same wingspan as this Cessna 172 Skyhawk. Wow! When standing on the ground, Quetzalcoatlus would have been as tall as the tallest creature alive today. At around 18 feet high, it was as tall as a giraffe. Whoa! Imagine if one of these decided to land beside you. Quetzalcoatlus also had powerful limbs that allowed it to walk on all fours and launch itself into the air. All pterosaurs, including Quetzalcoatlus, and most dinosaurs, went extinct around 66 million years ago. But some of the smaller theropod dinosaurs survived, and slowly, over millions of years, evolved into all the varieties of birds we see today. So the next time you see a bird, you'll know that you're actually looking at a distant relative of these ancient feathered dinosaurs. How cool is that?
Stay tuned. We'll be back after these messages.
Hey, Brainiacs! Today we're going to learn all about the letter E. This is a capital letter E. And this is a lowercase letter e. The letter E usually sounds like E or eh, but can make other sounds as well. Let's explore the big city to see if we can find things that start with the letter E. Whoa, what's going on down there? There are a bunch of emergency vehicles with their lights flashing and sirens blaring. There are ambulances, fire trucks, and police cars. There must be a big emergency happening. The word emergency starts with the letter E. I wonder what all these emergency vehicles are doing here. Ah, look! Edward the elephant has wandered out of the zoo and is lost in the city. The word elephant starts with the letter E. And we always use capital letters at the start of names and places, so the name Edward starts with a capital E. It looks like Edward is enjoying his long walk in the city, but we better bring him back home before he gets hurt walking in the busy city streets. Cool! Check out Lizzie's futuristic electric truck. The word electric starts with the letter E. Electric trucks are really quick and powerful, but they're very quiet. They use electric motors instead of big, noisy combustion engines like monster trucks. Hey, the word engine also starts with the letter E. Electric trucks don't make the cool engine noises like monster trucks, but they also don't create smelly exhaust fumes that pollute the air. Maybe this electric truck can help us bring Edward the elephant back to the zoo. We can change its horn to sound like an elephant. And what if we put a tail and some elephant ears on our electric truck so Edward will follow it home? The word ears also starts with the letter E. And when there's an A after the E, it usually makes an E sound. Electric truck to the rescue! Whoa, look at that electric truck go! Hopefully we can get Edward's attention with our modified electric truck. All right! We got here right on time. Edward has just arrived at the roadblock. Now, Lizzie, honk the elephant horn. Yeah, it worked! Edward the elephant is following the electric truck back to the zoo. Woohoo! Good job, Lizzie! Did you know that African bush elephants, like Edward, are the largest animals that live on the land? They can grow over 10 feet tall, and male African bush elephants weigh around 12,000 pounds. That's the same size and weight of a monster truck. Whoa! Now that Edward is safely on his way back to the zoo, let's see what else we can find that starts with the letter E. Can you see anything around here that starts with E? Look! There's a beautiful bald eagle perched on this rooftop. We're really lucky to find a bald eagle in the city. The word eagle starts with the letter E. In the eagle's nest, we can see some eggs. Inside these eggs are little baby eagles waiting to be hatched. So the mama eagle has to protect them and keep them warm. Eagles have really good eyes that allow them to see small animals from really far away. The eagle can use its amazing eyes to spot this little squirrel way down on the street. The words eagle, eyes, and eggs all start with the letter E. And these letter E's make different sounds. E, eagle, eyes, and eggs. Let's see if we can find something else in the city that starts with the letter E. Whoa, look at that big, powerful excavator. Excavator is another word that starts with the letter E. The excavator can dig lots of heavy rocks from the construction site with its powerful hydraulic arm. Awesome! We found lots of words that start with the letter E. There was the name Edward with a capital E, elephant, electric, engine, ears, eagle, eyes, eggs, and excavator. There were also some hidden E words. Were you able to spot them all? Try watching again to see if you can spot all of the hidden E words. Great job, Brainiacs! Keep practicing your alphabet and you'll get all of the letters memorized in no time. Hey parents! If you and your Brainiacs have been enjoying Brain Candy TV and would like to join our Brainiac Club for some fun perks and help support our show, please check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/BrainCandyTV. Thanks so much for your support. It really means a lot.
Thanks for watching, Brainiacs. See you next time.